Dahlias are among the most stunning flowers you can cultivate, admired for their vivid colors and diverse forms. Whether you're an experienced gardener or a beginner, growing dahlias offers a rewarding experience as these blooms brighten any garden or container. While they are known for their elegance, dahlias are relatively easy to grow when given the right care and conditions. Let's dive into a step-by-step guide on how to grow these beauties and keep them thriving. Dahlias come in a remarkable array of shapes, sizes, and colors, making them versatile for various garden styles. Depending on your space and goals, you can choose from varieties that grow as short as a foot tall to those that can tower over 5 feet. Some dahlias produce small, pom-pom-like blooms, while others develop large, dinner plate-sized flowers. Selecting the right type depends on where you'll plant them. Compact varieties work well in containers, while taller ones can make a striking addition to garden beds. Dahlias thrive in rich, well-draining soil. Before planting, it's essential to prepare the growing medium to give your dahlias the best start. If you're planting in a garden bed, loosen the soil to a depth of at least 12 inches and mix in compost or aged manure to boost fertility. For containers, use a high-quality potting mix that retains moisture but doesn't stay soggy. A slightly acidic to neutral pH, around 6.5, is ideal for dahlias. Avoid heavy clay soils or those prone to waterlogging, as these conditions can lead to root rot. Dahlias are typically grown from tubers, which are planted in spring after the danger of frost has passed. Choose tubers that are firm and healthy, with visible eyes or buds from which the plant will sprout. To plant, dig a hole that's about 4 to 6 inches deep. Place the tuber in the hole with the eyes facing upward. Cover it lightly with soil, leaving a slight depression so you can easily add more soil as the plant grows. Spacing is crucial. Allow about 18 to 24 inches between each tuber to ensure adequate airflow and room for growth. After planting, water the tubers lightly to settle the soil around them. Be careful not to overwater at this stage, as the tubers can rot in excessively wet conditions. Once the plants sprout and start growing, water them deeply about 2 to 3 times a week, depending on the weather. In hotter climates, dahlias may need more frequent watering to prevent the soil from drying out. Adding a layer of mulch around the base of the plants helps retain soil moisture, regulate temperature, and suppress weeds. Many dahlia varieties, especially taller ones, benefit from support to keep their stems upright as they grow and bloom. Without support, the weight of the flowers can cause the plants to droop or break. Install stakes or tomato cages at the time of planting to avoid disturbing the roots later. Tie the stems to the supports with soft ties, adding more as the plants grow taller. Proper support not only keeps your dahlias looking neat, but also improves air circulation, reducing the risk of fungal diseases. Dahlias are heavy feeders and require consistent nutrients throughout the growing season to produce their best blooms. Start by incorporating a balanced, slow-release fertilizer into the soil at planting time. As the plants grow, switch to a high-potassium fertilizer to encourage flowering. Avoid fertilizers with high nitrogen levels, as they promote leafy growth at the expense of blooms. Feed your dahlias every 2 to 3 weeks during the active growing season, following the product's instructions for application rates. To encourage bushier growth and more abundant blooms, pinch off the top of each stem once the plant reaches about 12 inches tall. This process, called pinching, stimulates the plant to produce more branches and consequently, more flowers. As the flowers begin to bloom, regularly deadhead spent blooms to redirect the plant's energy into producing new flowers rather than forming seeds. Pruning away any weak or damaged stems also helps the plant channel its resources more effectively. Dahlias can attract various pests, including aphids, slugs, and spider mites. Inspect your plants regularly for signs of infestation, such as distorted leaves or webs. Remove pests manually or use an organic insecticidal soap to treat the problem. Fungal diseases like powdery mildew and botrytis can also affect dahlias, especially in humid conditions. Ensure good air circulation around your plants and avoid overhead watering to minimize moisture on the leaves. Applying a preventative fungicide can also help keep diseases at bay. To get the most flowers from your dahlias, focus on providing consistent care and the right growing conditions. Ensure the plants receive at least 6 hours of direct sunlight daily, as dahlias are sun-loving plants. Keep the soil evenly moist, but avoid overwatering, as this can lead to root issues. Regular feeding and deadheading will also contribute to a prolific bloom cycle. If you notice your dahlias are not flowering as much as expected, evaluate their light, water, and nutrient levels to make adjustments. In colder climates, where temperatures drop below freezing, dahlias need to be dug up and stored for the winter. After the first frost has blackened the foliage, cut back the stems to about 6 inches above the ground. Carefully dig up the tubers, taking care not to damage them. Brush off any excess soil and allow the tubers to dry for a day or two in a cool, dry place. Store them in a box filled with slightly damp peat moss or sawdust in a cool, frost-free location. Check on the tubers periodically during the winter to ensure they're not drying out or rotting. Dahlias not only enhance your garden's beauty, but also make stunning cut flowers for arrangements. To enjoy their blooms indoors, cut the flowers early in the morning when they're fully open. Use a sharp knife or garden shears to make a clean cut, and immediately place the stems in water. Change the water every 2 days and trim the ends slightly to extend the vase life of your flowers. Dahlias are truly one of the most rewarding plants to grow, offering an impressive display of blooms for months on end. With proper care and attention, your dahlias will thrive and bring vibrant color and charm to your garden or containers. Growing them is not just about cultivating beautiful flowers, but also about experiencing the joy and satisfaction of nurturing nature's masterpieces.